So there are three main
Welcome back.
components to the game. The obvious one is the house, right there. And the object of the game is to what has happened is all of these B-movie monsters have escaped their films and are haunting Elvira's house, and she wants to sell it. So she wants, it's your job to return the B-movie monsters back to their films so that she can sell the house. And that's the ultimate object of the game, is to sell the house. Okay, so on the house, there are 3 windows on the left side, 3 windows on the right side, which you can see one's flashing right now to indicate that's the window that's lit. There's one more window on the far right. That room is locked. You have to get a skeleton key to open that room. And then there's the room in the middle above the stairs that is the house party. But basically, each window on the house represents a haunt or a mode in the game, right? So on the left, you've got Teenagers from Outer Space up top, and then the 2 middle windows are The Brain That Wouldn't Die and The Manster. And then the windows on the right, the top one that's flashing right now is The Werewolf of Washington, the middle one is Manos, The Hands of Fate, and the bottom one is Night of the Living Dead. In the locked room is the giant Gila monster, the Satanic Rites of Dracula, and Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. No, sell the house, not buy it. Hey, Stern's doing another run in November. If you're on the list.
Let's get started today.
If you're on a distributor's list. And then House Party Multi-Ball is the house represented, or the window represented in the middle above the stairs. So basically, when you start the game, the house is already open, which you can tell by the skull flashing on the steps and also the purple arrow pointed at the house. And there's a room lit. And you can control which room is lit by using the flipper buttons to move the lit window. Shooting the house right now would start Werewolf of Washington, and then I'd play that mode. Okay. I can also, because I'm at the beginning of the game, skill shot is lit. I can shoot to the 2 rollover lanes up top, which will give me 5x, or plus 5x, in bonus and a few points. Or I can shoot the back door of the house, which is a hole on the back side of the house. It's right behind the garage. I can shoot that, and that starts at 1,000,000 points and increases with every skill shot collect. And it will advance the mode in some way. If a haunt is already lit, it'll start it. If a haunt is not lit, it will light it. So the next shot to the house will start it.
All right, come on, let's get this show on the road.
I know. Also in the house, hold on. Let me talk about the modes. So all the modes have shots lit up, color coordinated with the text on the screen that tells you what shot to go for. The film on the screen tells you how many shots you have left to go. And some of the shots change depending on what you hit. For example, in Werewolf of Washington, when you start the mode, the orbits are lit, and you have to shoot one of the orbits to transform the werewolf. When you do that, the 2 ramps in the house are lit blue and white flashing, while the garage and the crypt are lit blue flashing. Shooting a blue and white flashing shot consists of a combo, and it keeps the werewolf transformed, and you can keep shooting combo shots. But as soon as you hit one of the solid blue shots, he transforms back, and you got to hit an orbit again. So that's what I mean by the shots can change depending on what you hit in the mode. Once you've had enough shots to return the monster to the film, then the final shot would be lit at the house, and the arrow will turn white, letting you know that that's the final shot. And you'll get extra points for the final shot, and you will light your trailer trash. And every mode has trailer trash. And trailer trash is equal to 50% of the points you collected in the mode. When you and the arrow will be lit yellow. So you shoot that arrow to start trailer trash. Then you do one of two things. You either go ahead and shoot it again to collect it, and it's a hurry up, so the points count down. But like I said, it starts at 50% of what you made in the mode. Or left ramp and right ramp are lit for trailer bits, which will add 25% more points to the trailer trash. So if you start trailer trash and hit both ramps, your trailer trash hurry up is now at 100% of your mode points. So in other words, you can collect all the points you scored in the mode again. It's huge, especially if you get the 2x or 4x playfield multiplier. Anyway, and then you shoot the house to collect trailer trash. Those are the modes. On the left side of the house, left side of the mouse. On the left side of the house is the garage. It's got a drop target in front of it. Knock it down, and then lock 3 balls for multi-ball. First one is Wild Women of Wongo. Second one is Add a Zombie. Third one is Attic Attack. They do have each different rules on how the shots work and what advances it to a super jackpot. The super jackpot's always the first super jackpot, I should say, is always going to be lit at the house. That's pretty straightforward, right? Okay, the next area of the game is the trunk over here on the left. The trunk targets 36, 24, 36. Hit all 3 of those to open the trunk, and you'll lock a ball for multi-ball. Do that a second time, and you'll start a 2-ball multi-ball. Now the key with the trunk are these inserts here on the playfield that are rotating, flashing. You got down here at the bottom the skeleton key, then the lab test, which is the flask, Elvira's dagger, then you have a ray gun, and then the top one is the wizard multi-ball, which is Phona Fiend Phonathon. So when I hit a target, none of them are lit right now, but the first time I hit one of these targets, whatever's flashing when I hit that target will stop, and it'll keep flashing. Once I hit all 3 targets and then shoot a ball up into the trunk, I will collect one of those items, and each of these items has value once collected, and there's a way to collect more of them. The skeleton key, once you collect one of those, will open that locked room on the right hand side of the house. The flask will add 50,000 points to multi-ball jackpots. So if a multi-ball jackpot is 800,000, then every time you collect a jackpot, it will add 50,000 to that. And if you have more than one flask, it could be worth 100,000, 150, whatever. I think I've had one of them. I can't remember which one. I've had additional, like 250,000 points just off of junk. Elvira's dagger, that adds 50,000 points to mode shots. Yeah. And you can collect more of those. Ray gun, like I did a while ago, I collected a couple ray guns and used them both during Gappa Angry to collect the shot on the orbit, because I hate the orbits. I suck at hitting orbits, I don't know. The right orbit on Guardians I can hit though. But anyway, so once you have collected 2 pieces of junk, you're going to start junking the trunk multi-ball. So you got to collect all 4 pieces of junk, which means you got to play the multi-ball twice to light Phonothene Phonathon, and then you'll do the same thing. You'll light the targets, lock a ball, light the targets, lock a ball, and start that. The way, when you start junking the trunk multi-ball, 2 jackpot shots will be lit. It'll be the left orbit and I think the crypt, I think. And then every time you hit one, they'll move 1 space to the left or 1 space to the right. But a super jackpot you get by hitting the trunk targets and then shooting the trunk to collect a super jackpot. And when you do that, you collect another piece of junk. So when you start the multi-ball, you will have collected 2 pieces and they'll be lit on the playfield. One of those pieces will start flashing when you're in the multi-ball. Hit the trunk, and that piece that's flashing is what you'll collect when you collect the super jackpot. And then it'll switch to the other piece of junk, hit the trunk to light the super, and then collect the super. And you can actually hit the trunk targets up to 3 times. So when I had the ray gun lit during trunk multi-ball a while ago, if I had hit the targets 3 times and then shot the trunk, the left ramp, I would have collected 3 ray guns. And each one of those will allow me to collect a shot during a mode or a jackpot or whatever is most beneficial to me. That's trunk. The crypt. Hitting the crypt will open it up, shoot a ball inside, and you'll raise up a deadhead. There are 15 are there 15 deadheads? Did they finish at 15? I think. There are like 15 different deadheads. And basically, the crypt will switch over to the skull, bash the skull 3 times for the first one.
Now we're cooking.
Oh, Matt Freeman, thank you for that follow, my dude. Bash the skull until the crypt reopens. You shoot the ball in there, and then you try to hit the trunk targets with the up kicker by hitting the button. You get 2 chances at that, really. If you miss the first 2, then the third time you shoot the ball in, it kills the deadhead, sends him back to Nowheresville, and you're done. Okay. I swear this is the abbreviated version, because I haven't even talked about the other side features. So I already talked about director's cut. So when you complete a mode, let's finish all the shots and hit the finishing shot, you light up an insert for director's cut. Once you finish 4 of them, you start director's cut. It's a 4-level deal. The first one has 2 shots, second one has 3 shots, and so on. You're collecting those mode points again, so they can be huge to recollect your points again. So you can collect your mode points 3 times. Once for the mode, then again in trailer trash with your trailer bits, and then the 3rd time during director's cut. And if you get a multiply, that's even better. Plus, if you complete director's cut by completing all 4 levels, you get a 100 million bonus. The crypt cleaner is the deadheads, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Once you have killed 3 deadheads, raised them, and then killed them, the 4th deadhead that comes up is the deadhead shot or super headshot, and that's Creepo the Clown. He's a requirement for getting to the final wizard mode. Director's cut is also, starting director's cut is also a requirement for the final wizard mode. There's a bug in the code. You're supposed to start Phonothene multi-ball on the trunk in order to get to the final wizard mode. It's not required. It's supposed to be required, but it's not. Sorry, I'm tapping on the glass and getting it dirty. It's my shirt, I can do that. In the house, play all 6 modes, or play 6 haunts. And then They Came From Space will be lit, and that's that 4-stage multi-ball. It only stops when you drain. If you get down to one ball, it will continue. And if you finish that, that's worth 100 million points also. Starting all 3 multi-balls in the garage is a requirement for the Final Wizard mode. We also have the Hand of Fate targets over here on the right. Hitting all 3 of those will light the Hand of Fate wheel over here on the left out lane. When it's lit, if the ball rolls over it, you've got a wheel that spins up on the screen. It's got 6 spaces on it. Use the button to stop it. If you collect all 6 spaces off of the wheel during your game, it'll light the Super Hand of Fate wheel or the Manos wheel, and that's a wheel that will start spinning on the screen. Hit a target to stop the wheel and put points into a jackpot, and you can add as many points as you can. Once the ball rolls over the left out lane, you'll collect that jackpot. That kind of sucks, though, to tell you the truth. Gargoyles Gone Wild, hitting the Goyle targets. The gargoyles that are like the leapers on Scared Stiff, they when the ball strikes them, they shoot up and hit the glass. Advancing that, hitting all the Goyle targets will advance to Gargoyles Gone Wild. And it's just keep hitting the gargoyle targets and the orbits to collect jackpots. Drive Me Crazy is the left and right orbits. Hit the orbits enough time, it shows on the screen. 5 shots right now would start Drive Me Crazy. That's just a little extra side mode. But Unhappy Hour on the ramps. Right now I need 5 shots to the ramps to start Unhappy Hour, and that just is extra points. It starts off at, I think, 350,000 points, and each shot increases by 50,000 points. If you can keep it going, if you can keep looping the ramps, you can score some points there. What else? Gappa Angry is the only other thing I can think of, right? Complete 2 haunts or kill 2 deadheads will light extra ball at the house round. Okay, Gappa Angry. So the Freak Friar on the screen, which is right there. There's a meter. Whoop, let me get my. There's a meter right there that says Freak Friar. Once that needle goes up, that'll complete a level, and it's all based on switch hits. So you'll get level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. Once you get there, Gappa Angry will be ready to start at the house. As you saw earlier, it's a 6-stage mode where you lock 1 ball at the end of each stage, shooting 1 more jackpot than the last stage, with the exception of level 6. And all you got to do is lock 1 ball in the house to complete it. So you'll have 6 balls locked in the game. A lot of people don't realize that this playfield has 6 ball locks on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it only has 5, to tell you the truth. It has 5 ball locks, right? 1. Oh, because 2 balls go in the house. That's right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are actually 5 ball locks on the playfield. Or 5 places where the game can lock up a ball. And then you get rewarded with Gappa Angry Multi-Ball. If you screw up and drain before you get complete level 6 on Gappa Angry, then you get rewarded with one of these other 5 multi-balls. So if you get to level 5, it's Run for Your Life. Level 4 is Scream Test. 3, Make Out Mayhem. 2 balls locked is Dance Fever. 1 ball locked is Pool Party. And that's a 2, 3, 4, 5 ball multi-ball in those cases. And they're each fun in their own right, to tell you the truth. Make Out or Scream Test I really like. Oh, thank you, Matt. I'm sorry. I once I get started, I can't stop. Scream Test multi-ball, if you complete stage 4 in Gappa Angry and then Drain, you start Scream Test. That is my favorite multi-ball as part of the Freak Fryer. Because what will happen is it will light 4 jackpots. One of them, and each time you shoot it, it does a Scream Test. And if you find the Scream, you get a jackpot. So 4 shots are lit, but only one of them is worth a jackpot. And if you find that jackpot last, it's worth the most points. Does that make sense? It's pretty freaking cool, and it's fun. It's fun because you make a shot and the screen will say testing. And it'll say no Scream or whatever. And then once you find the Scream, I think the topper opens up and you get a Scream. So it's really cool. I might as well double trouble. If you hitting all 6 of the stand-up targets will light double trouble in the end lanes. Roll over it, do that one time, roll over it to light double trouble for 2x playfield. Do that a second time while 2x is running, and you'll go to double trouble and 4x values. And that's the only multipliers in the game. Okay, I think that I went over more than I thought about. I think that covers the entire freaking game.